blog and podcast, Teach42 has inspired educators for years. Steve is a popular keynote speaker and conference presenter and has conducted literally hundreds of presentations in the DEN's EdTech Connect series, as well as their monthly Discovery Connect webinars. Welcome, Steve. It's great to have you here.
Great to be here. Thank you, Kevin.
In our earlier segment with David, we talked a lot about personal learning networks. How do you think your efforts support educators building their own personal learning networks?
A lot of times we find ourselves being the gateway. We have 4,500 Star Discovery educators. What a lot of people don't quite understand is the heart of a Star Discovery educator, it's not necessarily somebody who's already an expert. It's not a reward program. The way to become a Star Discovery educator is to make the commitment that you want to learn about these new technologies and learn, start connecting to other teachers and start giving back. Well, the key is that giving back part. It's that you're willing to make the commitment to share what you've learned with other teachers throughout the year. So we may host events or have these events in Second Life. The key to becoming a Star, maintaining your Star membership, is to take what you've learned and then turn around and share it with other people. And when you get right down to it, that's the basis of a personal learning network. While it is possible to have a large network, if you don't have that core group of people who are actively sharing, then it's fragile at best. That's really the key to the network. If you've got one or two people sharing and everybody else is just absorbing, it's no good. The real valuable stuff comes from the people who take that information, synthesize it, apply their own knowledge to it, and then share back their own spin on it, their own variation on it. That's why you find such interesting things happening online. It's when people like Jerome Berg, they take a look at Google Earth, and instead of seeing geography, instead of seeing history, instead of seeing social studies, he saw literature, and that hence Google Lit Trips was born. The same sort of thing happens all the time, and to me that's really the heart of the community. It's not just people learning from each other, it's people learning from each other and then turning around and sharing it with other new people.
Right, and the supporting of each other and the encouraging of each other to help you develop your own skills and keep you interested as part of the process.
Absolutely.
Yep. Okay, excellent. Can you share any really significant outcomes you may have seen in your community building efforts? Anything that you're particularly proud of?
Yeah. I wish I could narrow it down to just a few, to be honest. It's one of the most rewarding things I've ever seen. People ask me whether I miss the classroom, and I do miss the classroom. I miss it every day. But what I also take great pride in is I feel like what we're doing with the Den is really empowering teachers on an all-new level. Take, for example, there was a teacher who sent me an email recently saying that we do a webinar series called Shining Stars. In fact, I missed one of them tonight so that I could be here with you guys. What it is it's just simply sitting around in a circle in a virtual meeting room and passing the ball around and everybody taking a turn to share. So I might share a new site or two that I found. Somebody else might share a classroom project that they're working on. Someone else might share a new wiki that they've just found or created, and so on. One of the teachers who did this about a month and a half ago, she said that was actually the very first time that she actually shared a project of hers with anybody outside the school. And she was so excited about it that she went back to her principal and said, "This was wonderful. I'm thrilled that I got the chance to share it." And he actually turned around and said, you should also be sharing more in our school instead of just out of it. And now she's actually once a month leading a professional development session after school for her teachers. She never really thought of herself as an expert or as someone who had something that valuable that valuable to share on a regular basis, and now she knows that she is, and has really been empowered to do so. And it's stories like that that just give me chills and make the whole thing worthwhile.
All right, how about this pick that's here? We have 3 in this segment, I think.
Yeah, this is actually from one of our national institutes. We actually host several national institutes where we bring in about 100 teachers at a time, give or take, for 5 days straight of professional development. It's a blast. It's a lot of fun. We do a lot of play, we do a lot of networking, and we do a lot of work. It's a nice, healthy mix of presentations and workshops mixed in with the chance to actually get some hands-on practical use out of it with the experts around, with the instructors still around, so you can get some good give and take. So this is actually at the Discovery headquarters, as is this one. This is one of the small teams. These were some of the people that created a project together and probably worked with each other all week. This is another shot that was from the actual headquarters as well. This is actually from one of our webinar series, our Discovery Connect series. During the Discovery series, was on the Discovery Channel, called Rise of the Video Games. One of the games that was featured in it was called America's Army, and we actually had the chance to do 2 separate field trips, if you will, and take the footage from them and integrate them into a live presentation. One group actually went to a military base in Alabama where they actually have all the equipment and did all the modeling for the actual material inside the game. And then this is the group that I believe it was in San Francisco. They actually went to the video game studio where they actually built the game. They had the motion capture set up as well, the black suit with all the white balls so they can capture all the motion of all the soldiers and such. And they got a chance to actually see how the game was built from beginning to end, and even create their own little animation segments. Some of the students got to put on the suits, act some things out, and then they went into the sound stage and did some voiceovers and created background music and so on. It's a really special little process, and then we get to share the entire experience with the Discovery education community at large.
Well, that's just awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that, Steve. Do you have any new projects or initiatives in the pipeline that you can tell us about?
Well, as long as we're talking about the virtual space, on April 25th, we are going to be doing our spring virtual conference. This is it's in some sense similar to Second Life, in that what we're trying to do is take advantage of the virtual environment, the benefits of the virtual environment, while at the same time tapping into that buzz, that energy you get when you're face-to-face with somebody. So this is a national conference that's hosted locally. We'll have national keynotes that are broadcast digitally. We will have virtual breakouts as well that are broadcast. But what we do is we encourage people, and we have about 10, 20 official sites where we encourage people to get together face-to-face to get a shared experience while watching these keynotes. And then also we encourage people to host their own physical breakout sessions in the physical space, locally as well, in between the national keynotes. So it's a really exciting day. Last year we had about 1,200 people participate. We hope to have more this year, or this time around. The theme is... Oh, I totally forgot our motto, and my boss is going to kill me for that. Spring into action. That's what it is. So that's exciting. That's a lot. That's an exhausting day, but it's a lot of fun. And you'll find people get together face to face, and if they can't, we also find people that will jump online at 8 in the morning and will stay virtually all the way through 5 in the afternoon, 5 in the evening, sharing their tips and ideas and synthesis, and also the fact that they may be doing laundry or dressing the kids and so on and so forth at the same time.
Exactly, the full benefit of the whole virtual experience.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Stephen.